In response to the new hybrid committee's charge to create a new hybrid model that addressed physical distancing of 6 feet where feasible, district administrators were charged with redeveloping a new hybrid model. In order to examine a new hybrid model, a steering committee was formed, which consisted of central office administrators and representatives from transportation, facilities, nursing, and nutrition services. The purpose of this committee was to explore hybrid models that incorporate physical distancing where feasible while providing the best instructional experience for students. A subcommittee for each level, elementary, middle, and high school, was created and asked to develop a proposed plan within the hybrid category for a return to in-person learning. Each smaller subcommittee included representation from various departments and stakeholder groups. The committee members reviewed information related to instructional delivery, health and hygiene practices, transportation, and cleaning protocols. The committee also collected information from other Michigan districts. Additionally, the subcommittee discussed the impact of multiple models on students, teachers, and families. When looking at the hybrid model, there are two options to consider, which allowed for physical distancing of 6 feet where feasible, a half-day and a full-day option. For the half-day option, students will attend in-person school for an AM or PM session. Each session is 2.5 hours long, with time for cleaning in between the two cohorts. Students will attend school for 4 half days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. During their half days in person, students will focus on literacy and mathematical concepts. Additionally, teachers will preview the work to be completed during their at-home independent learning time. While at home, students may work on the extensions from their face-to-face time or complete new learning posted in Canvas. In a full-day schedule, students would attend either Monday and Tuesday or Thursday and Friday. During their face-to-face times, students would engage in all content areas with their teacher. While one cohort is face-to-face, the other cohort is working independently at home. Learning for independent remote work will be posted in Canvas. For both schedules, students working remotely will not have access to teachers, while the other cohort is face-to-face. Wednesdays for both the half-day and the full-day schedule will involve a 30-minute check-in with their teacher where they meet together as a whole class and discuss their work for the day. All learning assignments will take place within Canvas. The half-day model allows students to develop a pattern of returning to school and learning face-to-face. This is especially important for young students. The ability to have consistent contact with their teacher provides the daily routines which support greater continuity of learning. 4 half days a week of in-person instruction more closely resembles the instruction our students receive when attending 5 days a week. In the half-day schedule, direct instruction time is condensed and focused on math and literacy with the ability for timely feedback from the teacher. This model also impacts the amount of screen time for students. For example, the remote learning portion of the day may include screen time, but it will also include extensions from the in-person learning, which do not require technology. The burden and challenges of remote learning will also be reduced. Remote learning now becomes a way to complement the in-person instruction, which will lessen the concerns that families have surrounding having to teach their children every single day. Students will have live instruction with their teacher, but when they are not with their teacher, in many cases, the remote instruction would then be directly tied to the work done in person. Attending school on a half-day schedule removes the need to navigate through lunch, recess, and travel time within the school. It also allows students to gradually become accustomed to new safety protocols, such as wearing masks and other new routines for students. A half-day model creates a scaffolded approach to return to school. It supports the ability for students to learn and practice new routines in class and during arrival and dismissal. Kindergarten students who attend school in both the AM and the PM will have a paraprofessional to assist in the classroom. As with the half-day model, there are also benefits to a full-day schedule. When students attend school for a full day, the teacher is able to introduce a variety of core content on the same day. A full-day schedule may also support a family's work schedule or childcare needs. When cohorts attend on back-to-back days, the time to clean between the two groups of students is expanded. In a full-day schedule, students are riding the bus or have a need for personal transportation 2 days a week. This model also provides an opportunity for more flexibility in scheduling time to assist our students who may need individualized support services.
We have reviewed the benefits of the full day and the half-day schedule. Now let's take a look at some challenges. The half-day model may present a challenge for some families with midday transportation or childcare schedules. When students attend school for half a day, their in-person learning time is limited for content areas other than literacy and math. Another challenge of the half-day model is the amount of transitions during the day and a smaller window of time to clean between groups. The full-day schedule also presents challenges. Within the full-day model, there will be 3 consecutive school days without in-person experiences. This could interrupt the creation of daily routines, resulting in the repeated teaching of routines. During a full day, students will be wearing masks for 6 or more hours with short breaks in between, and will eat lunch in their classrooms at their desks. In order to follow health protocols, students will need to remain in their seats during class time. In the full-day model, this could be challenging for some students. Because students will not have access to a teacher most days, teachers will need to create lesson plans for both the students who are in person and for the students learning virtually. This requires teachers to do double the amount of planning 4 days of the week. This results in 9 lessons needing to be created for each content area taught, 5 that are asynchronous and 4 to be done in person with students. Given the information reviewed, it was determined that the half-day model presented to our community this past weekend was the most instructionally sound for the required partial capacity for in-person learning. At that point, we solicited information from elementary teachers using a feedback form. This input was incorporated, and the initial plan was adjusted to include more planning and grade level collaboration time in the schedule. In order for both models to work, teachers must have opportunities to plan together. The recommendation of the half-day model is based on several factors. One factor was instruction. The half-day model allows for students to develop consistent daily patterns for learning. This in-person experience most closely resembles the traditional school schedule. This consistency is needed for young students to have daily, live access to their teacher, which provides greater continuity of learning. This model allows in-person contact 4 days a week, where teachers can give immediate personal feedback, which students greatly need. The recommendation was also based on the social emotional needs of students. With more live interactions with their teachers and friends, students are better able to feel connected and supported. Safety was also a consideration for the decision to recommend a half-day model. With the new safety procedures that must be in place, a half-day model allows students to become adjusted to wearing masks, hand hygiene, and physical distancing requirements. The higher frequency of being in person allows for students and staff to create a pattern for safety procedures and allows for them to be done for a shorter length of time as they become accustomed. The shorter length of day also limits exposure because students are not eating lunch at school, which would require students to have their masks off, potentially for more than 15 minutes. The half-day model also eliminates the need for recess, which is a time that could pose significant risk of exposure for students due to multiple cohorts being outside at once. In order to support our Safe Start families who may not be ready to return to learn in person, we are providing an option to move into the P-CCS Virtual Academy. Students selecting to move to the Virtual Academy would be placed with a Virtual Academy teacher. If making this switch, families must commit to remaining in the Virtual Academy through the first trimester, which ends on December 4th. We understand that with a half-day model, families may need childcare. We will expand extended day care options for students on remote learning days during the school hours. The number of students who can attend will be impacted by available space in the building and the ability for physical distancing within the identified space and the number of staff members available. We recognize that families may have previously made childcare arrangements. Families can request an alternative drop-off or pickup through the transportation department if there is a location within the transportation boundaries for their assigned school. We also recognize the importance of children in the same families attending school at the same time. Therefore, each child in a family will be placed in the same half-day cohort. Learning accommodations for students are also being considered when determining the schedules. There are challenges with implementing any hybrid model, but we firmly believe this is the best instructional model for our students. We are committed to doing whatever it takes for our families to have what they need for this model to be successful for students. And as always, if we need to go back to get more information, we will do so.